Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is the Daily Tarot for Wednesday, the 12th of January 2022. I've shuffled, so I'll cut. This is a major arcana reading. Death, the Lovers, oof, and the Fool. Okay, wow. Okay, well look, change is coming. And what that change throws up is a choice. And what that choice opens up is the possibility of a brand new start, full of possibility. Okay, this change that's coming may not be welcome. It might not be something that we have wished for or chosen or tried to make happen, but it's coming anyway. So what's being invited here is a very open attitude towards change and a very philosophical approach towards loss. Okay, I've got to say it, because the kind of change, I mean, all tarot cards are the matter of change. It used to be called the Oracle of Change. The change represented here by the Death card is the loss of what we have become used to as our power. Because we have all of this wealth here, and wealth, physical wealth, material wealth, financial wealth, and kind of intellectual wealth, I would say as well, all being swept away contrary to our wishes. And it is worth getting your noddle around this, because it's going to happen anyway, this kind of thing. It's going to happen anyway. So this is about really loosening the attachment to the investment in these things that are being swept away here by Death's scythe. You know, what does it mean to have this special hat? What does it mean to have this spear? What does it mean to have this tool and to know how to use it? Like, what does that mean? Does that make us who we are? That's the question this is asking me. How do we know that we are who we appear to be? Okay. The only thing that escapes, as I'm fond of noticing every time, is the artist's palette. That remains outside. So, and unswept away, uncut down, unharvested, to fuel and inspire the growth that comes after this harvesting. Wonderful. Okay, and what comes of this is a choice. This is the either or card. And it's fundamentally different from the ideas, many of the ideas of choice that we have, well, used to have in our culture. The idea of having it all. I mean, maybe that's a pretty old-fashioned idea now. Yeah, it probably is. I remember it from the 90s. And the 2000s, this idea that you could have a really good job and a really nice home and a really fulfilling relationship and children and travel and this is a card of this or that, and it really is as stark as that. So okay, that's a relationship between these two things. And the possibility then that opens in front of us is for a completely new way of seeing. Now, these two cards were in yesterday's reading as well, weren't they? But they were like this in yesterday's reading. And we had the two sticks and the two things on the ground. We had the jewels, the weapons, the books and the tools here, and we had the little doggy here. his little companion, the Fool's little companion. Today they're in the other order. So I think perhaps this has already happened. It's not in the reverse, but yeah, it's imminent anyway. But what opens the road for us for a brand new start is the courage to choose here. And it does take courage, because when we are making a choice of the this or that variety, there's no going back, you see. There's no going back. And we make our choice. And it's very, very interesting. I remember a friend of mine years and years and years ago was trying to make a choice about whether to do something or not. And she was going, oh, but you know, if this then that, and if this then that, but if I do this then that, and if I do that then this, and blah, 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 like this. And she finally came down on one side, and there was only one side or the other side in this particular choice she was trying to take. And as soon as she had chosen one side, she wished she'd chosen the other. But in the end, it did turn out that she had made for her the right choice, a good choice for her. But the thing is, once you've chosen with an either or choice, the option that you have rejected can suddenly start looking incredibly attractive because you've rejected it, and there's no going back on that. Not all decisions can be undone. Some of them can, but there are some that can never be undone. And it's in those ones that can never be undone that the rejected option suddenly takes on massive, massive allure and attraction once it is too late. So do look out for that. Watch out for that. Okay, and having had the courage to take that choice, we are into a new territory, and it feels very, very fresh. Very fresh. It's wonderful. And there's something very bracing about a choice of this nature. Very bracing. It's like, okay, I mean, even if you just flip a coin, you take that choice and that is it. It is done. And you are in a new paradigm. And that's what the Fool is here. It's lovely. Okay, we've got the Hanged Man, the World, and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Okay. Right, well, what this is telling me is that this choice, like the courage to jump this way or that way, is not necessarily going to be very easy for us, because it's going to feel like, it's basically there is quite a difficult choice on the table, and I think, I mean, obviously I have no idea what it is. I mean, it augurs very, very well. Okay, I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to say, if you spend too much time hanging around looking at it this way or that way, you might miss a chance for happiness here and for a new start. I don't usually say things like that, but suddenly that's what these three cards are telling me in the context of the three cards already on the table. There is a choice to be made, and you cannot have it both ways in this situation, whatever it is. And if you miss the boat of this chance, I think you might actually stand to lose quite a lot. So make of that what you will. Like I say, I don't usually say things like that in my readings. They're usually more sort of examining what's happening with various kind of energies, and looking at it this way and looking at it that way in a kind of hangman kind of way. But I'm getting a very, very clear message from this. The window to make this choice and to get on the road with something new and bracing and fresh and full of potential and possibility, there is a limited window of time for this choice. So choose wisely to choose. Right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.